Come on, y'all. Y'all already know what this is. First things first. God did this. Don't get mad with us. I'm your humble host, your man, your myth, your legend, Eric Knight. We got the one woman up on here that can give you the news that you can use. Sean Diva's here with us. And we got the one man and the only man that's going to check into the Heartbreak Hotel. That's the Heartbreak Prince himself. Look, we got a few things. What's up, Nicole? Glad to see you up on here with us.
Hey, how you doing, Cole? How you
Hey,
doing, love?
Nicole.
We had a pretty crazy week this week, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna lie, man. But before we give our taste and break down the show, let's give y'all real quick, Mr. Exclusive thoughts on this week.
What's up, Knights of the Round Table? It's your boy, Mr. Exclusive, coming to you today with another exclusive thoughts. Now, problem is, if that's an exclusive thoughts coming from me, that means your boy's not going to be on today's show. I do apologize about that, but I wanted to make sure that I give you my thoughts about the week we just had. First, we're going to start off with Raw, and Raw was a solid episode. Oba comes out, does what he needs to do, still stays strong against Brock Lesnar. We saw the thing that made me smile the most on Raw was seeing Jey Uso bark at Roman to go out there and get CM Punk. When he called him Joe, I don't know what it was about it. When they called him Joe, I felt that in my spirit. I'm like, go get him right now. So I love that. Even though I still think, well, I'll put it this way. Last week I said on the show, they had to be more physical in order for this to really grow. They did that this week. I like the physicality. That's what I want to see from this rivalry up until there. Yeah, they come out, did the talking and all that stuff, but they still came out there and they went in on each other. So I love that. NXT, it's either here or it's there. And it was there this week. So much greatness going on. All the stuff going on with Tony D and Joe Hendry, and of course Ricky Saints and Ethan Page. That's setting up for a nice fatal four-way of Stand and Deliver. And then, you see something I didn't like, but I'm glad it happened because I called this. The fans turning on Sol Ruka. What is that all about? Why are y'all turning on Sol? But that's okay though, because I predicted months ago, at least a year ago, that when Sol Ruka turns heel, it's going to change everything. And I'm telling you, it's going to happen because the fans are starting to turn on it. It's weird, but if it happens, it happens. But there was a lot of greatness that happened on NXT. If you didn't have a chance to watch that, make sure you go check that out. And last but not least, Smackdown. Jade and Rhea's segment, there's some things still kind of work out there. I like the group, but maybe a little too late. We'll see. Jelly Roll getting the win over Kit Wilson. It was all right, man. It wasn't the greatest man, but all right. Drew and Jacob setting up for WrestleMania. We all knew that was going to happen. Randy and Cardona having their match. Randy getting the win. Cody coming out there. But 09 Randy's in full effect. But it doesn't even matter to the fans because they're still cheering just as loud as they normally would. And the one thing that bothered me is why take the belt off of Carmelo? Look, unless you're making Carmelo a part of this match at WrestleMania, making this a triple threat, I don't know why you even do this. I mean, I get it because I get it because you want Sami to be in the match, and Sami and Trick have been building this thing, but I feel like he has to be in this match. You can't do our boy Carmelo dirty and not have him in this match. But those are my quick thoughts on the week. You guys enjoy the show because we know Eric Knight, Sean Diva, and our man, the HP Prince, are going to kill it this week. I'll see you guys hopefully next week. This has been Exclusive Thoughts with your boy, Mr. Exclusive.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I agree with a lot of stuff he was saying. Look at that, Mr. Exclusive on here. What is good to see you joining us as always, man.
What up, Mr. Exclusive?
Hey.
Man, Monday Night Raw. Well, let's go ahead and get it. Let's get it right into it, man. Let's go ahead and talk about the 2 hours and 30 minutes of fire of Monday Night Raw, baby. Really liking that new beat on there.
You got the beat.
Monday night.
Okay, I need the
Yeah,
beat.
we already know how we're gonna open this up, so I might as well go ahead and get suited and booted. Let's go.
Okay, send me the link because I need the beads. I need the beads.
Oh yeah, I'll get. We'll take care of that. Yeah, we'll take care of that. 100%.
That's your second pair?
I
That's
had these
your
for my
second pair.
birthday. This is a great birthday present. Love them. Absolutely love them.
I just want to walk around with them.
Just hit the
Yeah.
wall, boy.
Yeah. This is when we go over 9,000 right here. Let's go.
Yes.
Oh man, Monday Night Raw, man. I ain't gonna lie. You know, Raw was not too bad this week. I think it has some very high points in the show. And man, starting off, I loved it because they kicked this one off. Man. First of all, Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman was out there talking about Oba. Oba said, you know what? I'm about to just go ahead and just waltz myself up on up out of here. I said, that's what I'm talking about, Oba. And it got to the point to where Brock Lesnar tried to hit Oba with an F5. Oba reversed and counted that immediately and hit him with a clothesline over the ring. Man, it got to the point where Brock Lesnar just looking kind of just confused, messed up. Oba, okay, looking dominant to the point to where even Brock Lesnar outside of the ring, I ain't even like what he said though. He said,
You ain't that lucky boy.
Yeah. That's wild to say, by the way. I said, man, come on, you can't be saying that. Yeah, you can't be saying that. You cannot be saying that. You know, let's just talk about this real quick. I didn't like that. I did not like that at all. You cannot be saying and doing none of that to a man like Oba, regardless. You know, I talked about this a few times on a few panels this week. This was a very controversial thing that was going on. Again, you know, a lot of these things that happen behind, you know, before they go out on the show, these are the things that are talked about and discussed. They're agreed upon. And I'm like, man, Oba, ain't no way you agreed to that. Ain't no way, man. I didn't like that at all. I just thought for sure he could have said something else. You could have just, I don't even, but to say that, come on, man, you can't be doing that as a Caucasian man, saying that to a black man. You can't do that, especially not the ruler. You cannot be doing that.
And that's why he got flipped. That's why he got flipped. And I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
I did too, man. I don't know. I think these are some of the little tidbit things that I feel like they've been kind of doing. And I'm like, yo, y'all got to stop. This is not a good look on the company, period. Especially all the allegations y'all got going on. I think this was another one where it just did not look good when it came to this. You know, everybody's already talking about the stuff going on with Oba and what his interview with Stephanie McMahon. And then on top of that, you throw this on. I don't know. I don't know, but this is, yeah. Overall, though, I did like the segment for Oba. I think he did look strong. He looked good in that moment. Just a sour moment at the end with Brock saying what he said. But what's y'all thoughts and what y'all think about this?
I'll let you go first, Diva.
I mean, I absolutely love it. Every time I hear that music and it hit, I'm screaming and hollering at the screen. And I'm like, yes, go ahead and do what you got to do. Because I know you're going to dominate when you get it. And when he made that comment, I said, you better not get him. And he got him. And that's it. That's all. I was tickled and I laughed once he toppled him over like it was nothing. I was like, that man, both of them are big. And for him just to flip him like it was nothing, like a rag doll, chef's kiss. But he need to watch what he say. Don't say that boy comment no more. Didn't like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I love what they've been doing with this build up right here for this match in particular. And of course, you know, I'm gonna love it because it's Oba Femi and Oba's involved. And as long as the ruler is on the screen, you know, I'm a happy dude. And so yeah, just seeing Paul Heyman come out, have his discussion, you know, do all of his hype stuff about 21-1 Brock Lesnar just really just try to take Brock Lesnar and put his name back into that beast incarnate level, like fear Brock Lesnar, and try to say Oba was lucky and all of the things that, that Paul Heyman can do when he's on the mic and has a mic in his hand, can really get a person over. And then just for, Oba to come out and just address him face to face. Absolutely love it. So got to say it again this week. I love the little change that they did with his music, with the beginning start, the beginning of his music starting, and then it just going all black and that pause in between. Yeah. It's just dope. And then when it comes back, it's just this white light that you see now, and you see his body come and take shape in front. It's dope. It's a dope thing. I absolutely love it. And Oba, I just know he's out there just vibing to all the ooh, because he's even doing his arm gestures to the ooh. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's so hype for me. And then to see him get down to the ring and to do what he did with Brock. I thought this week I was like, oh man, they're gonna let Brock get his back, get him in the F5, and it's gonna be like, all right, so it can go either way type of thing here. But he escapes at the F5, clotheslines him over the top rope, and then the comment comes. But you know what? I say it's all good. It's all good because in WrestleMania, Oba will be able to take care of all of that when they actually get in the ring and the bell goes ding, ding, ding. So I'm looking forward to this one here. This is a great. I'm just glad we're getting this versus what I thought we were going to be getting with Brock or with Oba coming with WrestleMania, because I didn't think they were going to go this route just yet. So I'm happy to have it, and I can't wait to see what they do here, because I in my mind this has to go Oba Femi's way. Like, Oba has to go over, and I'm sure there's probably a lot of people that probably think it's too soon, it's too early for somebody like Oba to be able to be in a ring and be able to beat Brock, especially on a stage like WrestleMania. So that kind of throws that it piques the interest just a little bit more, because to me, I think with the build that he's had his entire time from NXT to now, you would want to keep that going, as far as him, specifically with him taking over as this new big dude that's a beast, that's a monster that you don't want to mess with in WWE. Brock has had that title for 15, 20 years almost. So it's time to kind of pass the torch, and there's no perfect time and person to come along than an Oba Femi to kind of take that mantle. And I think it'll be dope if Oba can win it at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So do y'all think first night for WrestleMania or second night for WrestleMania, that match? What do y'all think?
Might be second night for real.
I would say I'm thinking night 2.
Yeah.
It's probably what it would be thinking. But I don't know, because what happened with SmackDown, that might be the better night 2. I don't know about better match, but maybe the better match to have on a night 2. I would say it that way, since it does have a title on the line compared to this one. But I don't know. I don't care. I don't care if it's night 1 or night 2. Make it good, and Oba needs to go over. Like, as long as that happens, it could be night 1, it could be night 2. I don't care. Just let the ruler rule. Let the destroyer destroy, and just let him bring war. That's what he does.
Yeah, man. Look, I really have a lot of high hopes for Oba and for this match. I really think this could be. But I agree with you. I think it could be a night 1, but then I'm like, well, this could be like a midway night 2 kind of thing, to kind of in case like the card isn't doing too well. You can throw this matchup on here, liven the crowd back up. So I'm up at, hey, it can go either way for me. But hey, as long as we see my man Oba on that card, that's all that matters, man.
I can't wait for the intro on that. I know it's gonna be. I can see in my head. I'm picturing like an actual band out there, like with the drums and the congos, all that. That's what I'm imagining in my head. Like I can see them just
people with the horns out there.
I just see it. I just see it, man. That crowd. Oh my gosh, the energy from that. Like You talk about having some chills. I can see it. I just
You
see
just
it,
gave
man.
me
Yeah.
Man.
chills. I'm just up here like,
I'm-
woo, yes,
Yeah.
I can't wait. When I
Yeah.
tell
You know
y'all,
what?
I'm
Just for
counting, I'm
that,
crossing
Yeah.
each day off. I can't
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
just for that, now we got to give it the Rock chill.
Love it.
Ain't
Love
nothing
it.
like it,
I
boy.
love
Ain't
it.
nothing like it. Oh man, but let's talk about the rest of this show because it did have some other high points up in here, man. Let's go ahead and talk about this, man. They had, man, this was a little interesting. Logan Paul, Austin Theory, quote unquote division, going up against the Usos in a non-title match, and this ended in via disqualification. Now, the way how this all happened, Logan Paul, classic Logan Paul, trying to get the brass knuckles. Okay, L.A. Knight comes out, tries to even up the odds, takes Logan Paul, throws him into the corner of the ring post, and then grabs the brass knuckles. Then he hands it and slides it to Jey Uso. Now I said, okay, cool. I guess this is a whole new thing that we're doing. Letting the faces do heel stuff. I guess. Whatever. But then, you would think Jey Uso is, hey, I'm going to hit him before the ref sees it. Absolutely not. He hits Austin Theory in front of the ref. And I said, okay, all right. Okay, that's what we're doing here. We're doing this just to go ahead and just do what you want to do. Now, I thought in a lot of ways this was crazy. I thought in a lot of ways this made no sense because I said to myself, what was the point in that? Why did we even sit here and even give this man the brass knuckle just to get disqualified in front of the ref? I don't know. Then we flash forward. Man, this situation right here. AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. Okay. Now, Becky came out, was talking about how much she hates AJ Lee, why she attacked AJ Lee, the fact that her daughter at the house is sitting here skipping and singing AJ Lee's song and how much that pissed her off. And AJ Lee comes out and she said, well, I can't help the fact that I'm your daughter's favorite wrestler. I'm your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. Then she tried to say I'm the best women's wrestler from my generation, the next two I said, first of all, let's please stop with the cap here. let's please stop with that. I get it, AJ. You think you the best of what you've been doing? You think you was the best at your time? You was the best at your time. Okay. If you ask me who's the best of this generation, I'm gonna tell you that's Mercedes Moné, the CEO, the Ultimo. Stop playing. Yeah. Anyway, back to the BS. Okay. Look, Becky. I mean, at this point, I kind of seen this coming, right? We had Becky. Becky at this point is challenging AJ Lee for the Intercontinental Women's Champion at WrestleMania. Now, we had already said this was going to happen. We called this before. Again, Becky, just get the damn job done. Be the man and win that title back, please. Then we flash forward. Seth, Paul Heyman. I ain't gonna lie, this one made me laugh a lot. Okay, we had Paul Heyman. All right, calling out Seth. Seth was out there. Paul Heyman said, "Look, I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna talk to you like a man." He said, "But I'm already gonna make sure you get arrested." He said, "This made me laugh." He said, "Men in my family." He said, "We file restraining orders. We snitch." I said, "Yo, Paul, chill out." But it got to the point. So of course, you know how it is. You get the quote unquote cops on here. They the next up and coming talent. Just you don't know it yet. And to the point to where Paul was saying your wife is gonna leave you. She's already with half of the locker room. I was like, yo, Paul, that's crazy work to say, by the way. Then he said, then CPS. They're gonna have to call CPS to get your daughter. That's the thing that sets Seth off. Seth comes back running. Gets his hands on Paul for a little minute. And then Paul tried to play like he's a victim. Man, it was farther and farther as they got away from him. See this man Paul just giving that an evil laugh. Boy, I said, man, Paul, that's how you do it right there. This is a quick one. I just felt like I might as well just throw this in there. We flash forward. Danhausen, curse speed. Why did I throw that in there? Well, it seems like speed is an important part of WWE because apparently they said this man's flight got delayed. It's just been terrible for speed ever since he's gotten cursed by Danhausen. So I don't know, man. I don't even know about that. That's ridiculous. Then we flash forward. Dirty Dom. Dirty Dom was coming out. All right. He's about to face Penta for the IC title. You know how it is. Live out there with him. But that was shortly lived. 75 Kid came and just started beating the hell out of Liv. And that transcended all the way back to the Gorilla. I mean, of course, I swear at the end of that, it wasn't nothing but just Liv screaming at the top of her lungs. But yeah, still great segue overall. Then that led to us going into the match with Dirty Dom and Penta. And you know who came out? That man, Finn Balor. Now, look, I loved everything about this. Finn beating the hell out of JD McDonough. I mean, that's pretty much all that was left. And it got to the point to where it led to the distraction of Dirty Dom losing to Penta and Penta retaining that title. Then we flash forward, man, to the end of the show right here, man. I thought this was about to get crazy. Now, of course, Roman out there with Usos. Roman tells Jimmy and Jay, you and your brother get out of my ring. I said, oh, hold on now. That's a little much. Jay wasn't trying to hear that. Jay was already getting riled up, literally trying to run to CM Punk. And I ain't gonna lie, CM Punk dropped the hell out of Jay. I mean, he dropped him. I mean, he looked like he was stiff. I said, Jesus. I mean, but got to the point to where Roman Reigns hits a Superman punch on CM Punk. Now it's to the point, the security comes out. They trying to break everything else up. They trying to get all this, fixed. Jay telling Roman, look, you know what to do. Smash them all. Smash them all. I said, come on, Jay. I like how you talking to Roman. This is what I'm talking about. Roman said, bet. You want in? Let me stop him. They said, you want the tribal chief? You got the tribal chief. Man came and just speared the hell out of CM Punk, takes CM Punk out of the ring, throws him into the ring post. Then he takes CM Punk and puts him through the damn table. I mean, this was crazy. Crowd was going insane. Roman in the face of CM Punk, and this is the finish right here. Now, I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie. Raw wasn't too bad. Few things I gotta talk about real quick. Few things, because sometimes I just gotta be looking through as to what's the BS. I already talked about the whole Oba situation. That is what it is with that. Okay, first thing, AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. I mean, come on, what are we doing this again for? We knew this was gonna happen. We doing the back and forth thing. Look, I ain't gonna lie, man. Don't do this just for Becky to lose. I'm not for it. No, I'm not for it. And I know what some people think. Well, what's the point of giving AJ Lee that title? Who gives a damn? I don't care anymore. AJ Lee is not giving us any real life stories, right? And it's not all her fault. I ain't gonna blame it on her. But I'm just like, man, we ain't got nobody to put up against with AJ Lee. First person you put up was Bayley. For what? For what? I mean, come on, we can be doing more with Becky with doing this. I feel like at this point, she won't be a part-timer. She'll be around. She's a heel. You can build a whole bunch of that stuff. So we'll see what happens with that. What's my next thing, man? Because I just feel like it's just a lot. This whole thing with Danhausen, I guess he's just cursing everybody. He just want to curse whoever. He don't give a damn. You curse. It's like if you don't want to work with Danhausen, his next response is, all right, man, I'm gonna curse you. Like, yo, come on, bro. Some people don't got time. Like, I mean, curse El Grande Americano like a couple weeks
It's
ago.
funny though.
Damn. Hey,
It's
no,
funny
I love
though.
the cursing. It's getting over. It gets over. And he hits the little yes. And then everybody just looks at us, what? God, I'm like, all right, this is magic. It's magic. I love it though. But it's crazy because it's showing how much of the effect the Danhausen curse can really do a whole lot in your life. Hey, I'm all for it. I just think it's crazy. And I like the fact that they took it to speed and even him doing streaming stuff, it's already affected stuff with him. So I like what they're doing with that. Um, and last thing, I feel like that was I'm gonna definitely say. Oh no, I might have two. So the whole thing with Finn and Dirty Dom, I'm not opposed to it. I like what they doing with it. HB Prince, I think you talked about it last week. Um, with the whole thing with, you know, I just I'm just I just feel like this really should have been for a title. I do feel like Dirty Dom should have still had the IC title. I feel like this would have been a lot more of a building story because now this is gonna be nothing but a grudge match. And I just feel like, and I love Penta. I just feel like if we would have still had the title on Dom, Finn taking it, I feel like you could have had him, you know, with a lot more stuff he could have did. But I don't know. Maybe they just don't feel like Finn could just hold that title and do much. But we'll see what happens with it, man. Last thing. Oh, another thing. That's one thing. Javon with this whole thing with the New Day and they trying to recruit him. Look, I ain't gonna lie, man. If y'all gonna get Javon, don't have him as a second fiddle. Don't make him look like he a scrub. Right? That's the only thing I ask, man. Let him be great. Like, do not minimize his potential with him going to the New Day. I just that's the only thing I really ask that y'all don't mess that up if you go that route. If not, because he don't need to be in a group. He can do stuff by himself. So I don't know why y'all feel like the New Day is something for him. But again, out of the big three, do not let him be last in that whole thing. He needs a lot more than what y'all are giving him. My last thing, for sure, Roman and CM Punk. Jay, love what you did. Love seeing that right hand man crash out, Jay pop up out of you. The one thing that Ashley said, and I thought it was great. Uh, I think she was saying before that. Yeah, Jay had to try. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I like what you said with that. Ashley, I agreed. I said, you know what? I can see that. That's because as much as Roman tried to tell Jimmy and Jay, but it was like, look, Jay gave you the call, and you answered it. Polo, what's
Polo,
up,
what up?
man? Good to see you joining up on here with us,
Hey.
man. But yeah, I thought, maybe I said maybe Jay might be that tribal chief. We'll see about that. But also, Ashley, I agree. It could be a triple threat. It could be. It could be. But again, we're only like 2-3 weeks away. And you know how they do with these little few weeks of build-up. So it's crucial. If they gonna do it, they gotta do it right. And to do it into 2 to 3 weeks, boy, I don't know. They could have did it this week. Honestly, they could have started it up, but hey, look, I say this all the time. I ain't the one with the pen, and for damn sure, I ain't the one in that writer's room. So we'll see what happens. Sean Diva, what's your thoughts, girl? What you think?
Oh, that's a lot to unpack. But for Jay Uso, he's turning heel, and I love it. Let him turn. Let him turn. Because, baby, and I can tell you, I fell asleep Monday night. I fell asleep. And then I got up the next morning to watch. My husband was like, oh, I figured you were watching because you were hollering. I was hollering. When he said, Joe, smash him, get him. I was like, yes, get him. I want him to turn. Let him crash. Jimmy, I love you, Jimmy, but let your brother crash all the way out. And I love what Ashley said. That would be interesting because, hey, Roman don't usually take orders from nobody. He do his own thing. So you taking orders from Jay? All right. I love that. The whole thing with Becky and AJ, I like both of them, but I'm just like, okay, y'all got to show me something different because I get bored. Like, okay, y'all come out I know we're building up to WrestleMania, but show me something different. Have some other type of spin on something. There's no, y'all just getting out here just making cheap shots at each other. And then Paul Heyman and Seth, at least the little masked men, because I was hoping the masked men were gonna come out and do something.
A little
like
shuffle, yeah.
So are the masked men Seth? Did you tell? Why didn't the masked men stop the police officers from getting Seth? If you were gonna do all that, like what are we just throwing stuff to the wall to make it stick? But all in all, yeah, all in all, I think that's everything because it was just so much happening. But yeah, Jay's turning heel, and I love it. Let him turn. Let him go.
I feel that.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I think y'all have already kind of hit all of the main talking points. The one thing that kind of bothered me this week was the predictability of like Finn coming out and interfering with Dirty Dom's match for the for rematch for the Intercontinental Championship, and it was like, that writing was on the wall, and so like to see it, like, don't get me wrong, I was happy to see Finn. I'm glad to see Finn even being involved. I just hated that because from the time he walked out, I'm like, well, there's no way this match is going to be ending in any other way than with Finn, getting involved and either causing him to lose the match is what I went with, A, or B, them not finishing due to some type of disqualification and then it being pushed off to Mania. If this match were to go to Mania, I wouldn't be upset about it. Although I still would feel like it would be doing Penta a disservice as far as his run as the Intercontinental Champion.
Mhm.
And so, because you really wouldn't want to change the belt to like Finn or back to Dirty Dom at any, at not this stage in the game, not this early. So I would rather them just go ahead and give Penta his own match against, somebody, whether it be a Grande Americano, whether it be Javon Evans, whatever they decide to do, give him a one-on-one match and not put him in a triple threat. Because I think we're also going to have a triple threat for the United States Championship is my guess. So I would rather Penta just be able to have a one-on-one with somebody, and let's just let Dirty Dom and Finn just have their own, like he said, grudge match at WrestleMania. I wish again there was a title involved in this one, but we don't get it. It is what it is, but it's still good to see Finn at least away from the Judgment Day and back, to the path of being the Finn of old. And then we'll just have to wait and see what happens from there as far as his climb back to either the main championship, Intercontinental Championship, or whatever they decide to do with him. Other than that, when it comes to Roman and Jay and Jimmy and all of them, like, I know last week I said, look, I don't want to see these guys in the ring anymore. CM Punk versus, Roman, like until like the week before WrestleMania is when I would, be able to deal with it. But this actually wasn't that bad this week. One of the things my wife pointed out when Roman started going in, she was like, his bun came out. Oh, he said he mad now because he started letting the hair down.
Yep.
And so but it was good. It was good seeing the tribal chief in there actually, getting his hands dirty and doing some dirty work. And it was something too seeing Jay or hearing Jay tell the tribal chief smash them all, and and it was good. And he just, it's something like snapped or switched on Roman, and he went and started doing dirty work. Although CM Punk was laughing at the end. And they were like, "Hey, Punk, you need help? You need help up?" No, I'm good. I'm like, all right, this guy.
But didn't he said, you didn't do it by yourself? Wasn't it something to his effect when he was playing it? He said, you didn't do it by yourself.
Do it by yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he still did though. I mean, it's just
I mean, I like what they did. I'll give it a thumbs up this week for the way this one ended the show, just because it was some good aggression there. But I think they need to have a little bit of a break here. They got like 2 more weeks to drag this on and get it into Mania. Maybe skip this week and then pick up next week with it. But we'll see. But because I feel like next week if they do it, it's got to be CM Punk getting his get back in. So it's gonna be it's got to be. It's gonna be a little bit of a back and forth. But I'm still I'm still excited for it. This match has to end at WrestleMania with the tribal chief on top. But we'll see what happens. He got to have a Ulafala back around him in the belt.
Better be, man. Look, And I mean, that's the thing, man. Like, I hate the fact this is our decision. Because it's like we either get CM Punk, the less in the world, or we get Roman Reigns, quote unquote, as they call the part timer. But I don't think Roman's gonna be completely part time with it. Even though he says he's a family man, he's doing other things. Like, I just don't think he's gonna be like gone a lot as that. If this is what he has to do, so I don't know. I
But
got some hopes for it. We'll see.
I
What you
got one
think,
more
Sean?
thing. He said, all the Samoans, I need to see you made that call. So why I need to see somebody calling some others to get those licks. That's what I need to see. You called. So who are you calling? There's a lot of people that could appear,
Please
but
no. I'm sorry.
there's
I
some
just
more
had this
people that
thing
could
pop in my
appear.
head based on what you're saying, Diva. What popped in my head was a WrestleMania 40 moment of all the
my
different people
God.
that came out at the end to help Cody win. Like you had the Undertaker. You had, what was it, John Cena? I'm trying to think who everybody was it Cena? No, it was Undertaker,
It was Undertaker, Cena.
Cena.
Yeah.
It was Cena.
Yeah, just
Seth,
Undertaker and Cena.
Seth came out.
Yep.
And went back
And I'm
to
not saying at WrestleMania. I'm saying leading up to. Let Roman
leading
be
up
by
to
himself.
yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah.
you don't call the people. Y'all don't call everybody. Have that would keep me. I would be tickled. That's
I ain't
just
gonna
it.
lie.
No, yeah, you going leading up to that'd be
Yeah.
dope. Not at WrestleMania. I feel like it'll take away
Not at
from
WrestleMania,
Roman.
no.
I feel like it'll take away from Roman's whole shtick.
No.
Thinking about it, I'm
leading
like,
up,
they could.
Leading up,
They
I
could
agree.
have something because and the thing with it, like even with like the MFTs, they've been kind of saying Roman a few times. So even if that was a thing, I'd be like, you know what? I appreciate y'all answering the call.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it could work. On the other hand, it could work because he's a tribal chief and all the Samoans is kind of it could. It just depends on how it's done. To me, I think it depends on how it's executed.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I'm like, who's on CM Punk's side? I mean, he just gonna be taking a beating from because it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them right now. Like just on the WWE roster alone. So.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, one thing I seen Polo had asked in the comments because he was talking about the Javon. We was talking about Javon situation. He said, "Does that make the New Day faces again?" I don't know, bro. I don't know. I like the thing is for me, Javon could go heel, and I know for a damn fact he'll be a great heel. You see that YN just because I know he could do it. But I don't know. If they go face, it's like. I don't know, bro. And then it makes me feel like they might.
I don't want him.
Yeah,
I
I
want him
don't
to be by
either.
himself. I don't want him in
Yeah,
New Day.
that's how I feel.
He
I
can
don't want
stand
him
on
in
his
there.
own. I don't want that.
Yeah,
I just don't think they have a plan for him. I really don't. That's why you got this.
yeah. That's kind of where I'm going with it too. I just don't.
I don't want to see him skipping down the ring. I don't want to see him tossing out cereals, no shakes, and no shirts, no pancake, none of that. Granted, New Day hasn't been doing any of that, because they've been heel. But I just feel like I just feel like the New Day has been doing great as heels, and I just feel like if you put Javon Evans in there, now you got to go back to face. And I don't want to see Javon Evans this early on, just kind of be looked at as this joke of a character. Not saying that the New Day is a joke in the sense of they are very successful, tag team. Their personalities, the positivity, and all that kind of all that stuff is good. But that works for them, for the New Day. So now you're trying to put Javon Evans in there, who I think is just a little bit different, a little bit out of that mold. I don't like it. And then it's early, Now he's been there for a while, and you could probably do it because you can show a different side of him or whatever, that type of thing. But this is early, so people who are watching and getting a feel for him this early on, you want him to be taken, serious as the talent that he is. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah. No, I agree. But we talked about some of the good things that happen on Monday Night Raw. Now, it's Time to talk about my man Sean cooking it up with NXT. NXT, man. NXT. Man, I say this all the time. We say this all the time, man. It's either good or it's great. Honestly, this was a great show that they kicked off, man. I loved everything they did with this. Man, let's get right into it. I got a couple of rock chills off of this episode because they kicked this episode off. Okay, first of all, and I thought this was great. I love what they're doing with this. This is what you do with a tag team, Sean, and you've been doing this for the women's division. You build tag teams, and all they do on the main roster, they just mess it up because you already got a tag team with Fallon Haley and Laney Reed from them being on Fatal Influence. But you done created a tag team with Ren Sinclair and Kendall Gray. And you know Ren Sinclair run the Ren QCC. Love this for them. Double tap out. I said, man, come on. This is what I'm talking about. I love to see this, man. I love that this was a great, great match here. After, okay, Kendall Gray gets on the mic, tells and says that she wants to be able to face JC Jane for that title. Lola Vice, the Latina. Come on, man. I love me. That's Miss Vice, man. Come on now. She comes out and says that she wants to have a title. I'm like, Lola, I ain't gonna cap, girl. I don't know how many damn opportunities you didn't have for this. And they still don't give it to you. I don't know. But she comes out and says she wants to have a title match at Stand and Deliver. Robert Stone comes out and says now it's going to be Kendall Gray and Lola Vice facing up next week. And whoever wins that match will face JC Jane at Stand and Deliver. Man, JC looked pissed, boy. I said, man, I get it. I get it. Then we flash forward. Woo! This one right here was a ultimate banger. Okay. I love this right here. Okay, Sol Ruka and my girl Zarya. I can say this is my girl now. I feel like Zarya is getting to where I've been saying I needed her to be. Okay. Zarya talking about how many times she's always helped Soul as a friend, this, that, and the third. Soul talking about your friendship was transactional. You was only around just for opportunities. If I didn't give you opportunities, you give me the silent treatment. You do this, that, and the third. Crowd wasn't hearing that. Crowd started booing. And I ain't even gonna lie. A lot of times, I ain't even gonna cap. I agreed with the crowd. I agree with, because you know what the first thing I said was, oh, you know what this sound like? A master manipulator. You sound like you out here trying to make it seem like you're the victim. So, nah, hell no, I ain't hearing that. And none of us in the crowd was hearing that. I said, that's what I'm talking about. We about to turn on Soul. Nah, I love you, Soul. But we got to do this for my girl, Zarya. I love this, man. This was great. This was great. Zarya was telling Soul, look, I'm going to show you that you wasn't even a distraction. I said, Zarya, what else you about to tell her? That, man, this was good. This was so good for Zarya more than anything. But I got to flash forward to my girl, Lonnie, man. Come on, look at that. Look, come on. Look how she looking. Come on, take it out the hell. Man, this gave me nothing but them damn rock chills. Come on, man. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, Lonnie. That's what I'm talking about. This is what I be talking about, girl Lonnie. Man, this was good. But it wouldn't have made no damn sense if somebody, and I mean a somebody like a Miss Parker, comes out, okay? Because even after this, okay, Lonnie is out here. She started to beat the hell out of Thea Hale, trying to get Thea Hale to tap out. I said, this is what I'm talking about. This is the technical side that's coming out of you. You even do this on a regular basis. But ever since you faced Lola Vice, you've gotten so technical. I love this for you, Lonnie. Keep doing this. Okay. And then they got to the point where Jada Parker comes out, helps out Thea Hale. I said, all right. Let's keep this rivalry going. Now, of course, Sean, you did this before. Keep on doing it. I just wish this was for a title at this point, but I love this. Then we flash forward. Oh man, this tag team banger right here. Look, and this wasn't even a tag team. That's my bad. I'm so hyped up and excited. This was a gauntlet match right here, and I love how this went right here. Okay, we had and this group of guys. I mean, we're talking about some top notch guys. We had first of all, we had that man Dion. We had Shiloh Hill. Okay, we had who else was up in this match? I mean, I feel like there was so many people up in here. Where's my man from Vanity Project? Jackson Drake was on here. I love this. Charlie Dempsey was up in here. Okay. But with how it happened, okay, this was some good stuff. Before they even got to the fourth and final member, the fifth member, Johnny Gargano, randomly. Candice LeRae comes out. I said, man, this is crazy. But in the midst, okay, and I thought this was insane. OTM beating the hell out of Dion. I said, okay, yeah, do that. Threw him back into the ring. Shallow Hill literally eliminated everybody. He eliminated Dion. He sat there. He eliminated Jackson Drake. He sat there. He eliminated Charlie Dempsey. I said, yo, Shiloh, you are going crazy right now. The momentum for this man was insane. But what I loved about this, the birthright. After Shiloh Hill beat Charlie Dempsey, they were not hearing a damn thing about it. They beat the hell out of Shiloh Hill. I said, my God. I mean, and then it got to the point, they just threw him back into the ring. Johnny still sitting there, not even knowing what to do. Candace like, pin him, do something. I mean, got to the point, she just pushed him forward, and this man literally just won it, just like, I said, yo, come on, bro. This was crazy, but I loved it. Then we flash forward. Oh, man. Now, this was a tag team banger right here that I thought was good from good old Los Americanos. Ole! 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 Look, man, look, they beat the culling. I thought this was great. The Americanos using the steel plate in the mask. I said, man, y'all got this whole thing down. I'm to the point now, I don't think I want them to ever break up or ever even mask themselves, even though we know who they are. I don't even think I want them to stop doing this for real. Ole. Then we flash forward. Oh, man. Now, this was interesting here. This was the main event of the show right here. Okay. Now, we had Tony D'Angelo going against Ricky Saints. Now, it was crazy because you had Ethan Page out there. Ethan Page was out there doing this stuff. Okay. But they got to the point to where after Ethan Page is interfering with the match, Tony D'Angelo starts to beat the hell out of Ethan Page. Then Ricky Saints follows up. Now Ethan Page beating the hell out of Tony D'Angelo. This ends in a DQ. But it got to the point where Joe Hendry came out, beat the hell out of Ricky, beat the hell out of Ethan, and he's looking at Tony. Tony's looking at Joe. Starts to laugh. I said, Tony, what kind of sadistic face is this? I said, you're sick. You're going crazy. But with all the madness going on, okay, Tony D'Angelo gets up, approaches Joe. Joe wasn't hearing that. He chokeslammed Joe. And then we ended off with Ethan Page, Ricky Saints, looking at Joe for the title. You see Joe Hendry looking at both of those men, and you see Tony D'Angelo, same look he had right here. And man, and this was the finish right here. NXT, man. NXT. This is why I be hyped. This is what I get excited for. This is my favorite part of doing this weekly show. If it ain't nothing great to happen on SmackDown, I know for a damn sure I'm be excited talking about this. I got a few things, and I'm gonna let y'all go. First thing, Zarya. Look, I think at this point now, you done figured it out. And you finally got it. You understood. I've been sitting there beating this thing into your head for a year and a half. Do it for yourself. Drop Soul. What are you still with Soul for? Move on. Get that. You finally got it. I ain't gonna lie. The heels you had on, I was like, well, who's taller? You or Soul? Them heels had her up high. I was like, yeah. But overall, I love the fact that I should have texted. I gotta call J Movie Mania. See what's going on. I I said to myself, why the hell are they booing Soul? And I said, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. If I heard the same kind of bull that Soul was talking about, I'd boo her too. I just thought, I said to myself, I said, you know what, Soul, yeah, you ain't got me sold on what you was doing. Now I see what Zarya's talking about. This is why everybody was so. This is why everybody side was Zarya, because the stuff you saying Soul ain't adding up. You want to talk about you weren't getting that silent treatment until the end of y'all's friendship. But during the whole time, Zarya was just supporting you. We know what time it was. It got exposed, and you got exposed. And the people weren't feeling it, and I feel we all with my girl Zarya. Zarya, get the dub. That's all you got to do. I got to talk about my girl Lonnie, man. Look, I love this for Lonnie, man. This was good. This was good. I love how they did with how they use it with Thea Hale. By the way, Thea, you're doing your thing. That character builder for you is getting somewhere. I've been saying this. I'm like, yo, some with Thea, she's got it, but it's something that's missing. She might be getting close to that. So I'm gonna be patient on that. But Sean, I know you're gonna cook up something, so I believe in you as always. But yeah, I love this feud with Lonnie and Jada. Even when they did this the last time, I felt like this was something that should have kept going. Should have been something I felt like when Lonnie had the TNA Knockouts champion for real. They could have been cooking with that. But I mean, it's something with those two women right there. They just need titles. They just need, because honestly, those two women alone right now, that's your next big three for the women, in my opinion. If you got Lonnie, if you got Jada, I mean, you could throw Soul up in there, but I wouldn't even say Soul the other big three for me. I mean, but for me personally, I'd probably say Lonnie, Jada, and probably Lola Vice, the Latina. And I throw in there. I feel like those three women been putting in so much work on that roster for NXT. Call them up. Sean, you be watching all the time. Don't act like you don't. You might as well go ahead. You know how you be doing. Yeah, we know how you yeah, over there with Sexy Red and everything. I said, that boy Sean. Sean like them. He like them hood. I get it now. You like the hood. I get it. I get it. Sean could have been up there. Who knows? But yeah, man, look, I 100% love this. For Lonnie and Jada, keep it going, keep it strong. Hopefully, if either one of them have a title down the road, let's push to that. Last thing, got to talk about everything going on with Joe Hendry, Ricky Saints, Tony D'Angelo, Ethan Page. I love this. Just like what Mr. Exclusive said, I think this is going to be a fatal four-way match. And honestly, I think the winner of that would probably be Tony D'Angelo. I feel like because they're probably going to call up Joe Hendry. I don't know if they're going to call up Ricky and Ethan. They might. Don't think they need to right now because the men kind of need a little bit more people to kind of keep building. But if they go with Tony, I'm all for it, man. That's the only title that man has not won in NXT. So it would not. I would not be mad if Tony got himself that. So hey, I'm all for it again. NXT, great show, Sean. We give you the chef's hat. It's always well-deserved because you got your pulse and you got your thumb on wrestling. Sean Diva, I know you started watching for a little minute now. So what's your thoughts, girl? What you think?
Well, I dibbled and dabbled a little bit before y'all gave me homework. So Kehlani, I see you, girl. Because when she looked in that camera, I connected because I'm a little crazy myself sometimes. So when she looked in that camera, like, yeah, you see me, you see what I'm about to do. You see, I enjoyed that match. And then with Jada Parker coming out and interrupting, I was like, oh, both of y'all. And you're right. They need some type of titles. Or better yet, why don't y'all just go ahead and bring them all the way up to WWE, to the main roster? Because them ladies got it. They got it. They got it for me. They had my attention. The only other thing, because I'm still learning the other people, the Johnny Gargano. What are we doing?
Oh my God!
What are we doing? You're on the main planking. So then you get over here in NXT and you planking. What are we doing? Can we wrap this up? I'm tired of seeing that. I'm tired. It's comical. When is he gonna have his break where he's back doing wrestling? Because when she took him and threw him and he planked,
He just dropped, bro.
I was like, what are we doing? But yeah, it's when I tell y'all NXT is very entertaining. Give me another month and I'll have everybody down. Yeah. But Zarya and Solaruka, I was like,
Interesting.
I said, they booing Sola? I said, I want to see how the story goes with that. If she'll be able to successfully do a heel turn. That's what I'm looking at. So that's my take.
I feel that. Heartbreak Prince, what's your thoughts, man? What you think?
I just want to hit on a few things. One, I think that what the back and forth between Zarya and Soul was great this week. And seeing the crowd really, really like be on Zarya's side. I thought, she's done it. She's successfully done it. She's got the crowd in her corner over Sol Ruka, who, we've all been vibing with since forever. But I think even with her platforms on, she's still the right height for a Soul Snatcher. And I hope that's exactly what happens. Because as Soul already told her, your soul belongs to me. And so I'm still riding with Sol Ruka. And I can't wait to see that match. I still think it's gonna be a good fight between those two ladies. But hey, I'm Team Soul all the way. Joe Hendry, Pretty Ricky, what they call him.
That's what they
Ethan
call him.
Page, and Tony D. I am really liking this whole I don't know, like mix up of what they have going here, because you got Ethan and Ricky who they're supposed to be on the same team together and kind of be boys, but they got these little jabs that they keep giving each other each week. And then I like how even this week they both grab the title at the same time and they're both holding on to it, on one end of it and looking at each other. Because their goal is the same, and there can only be one champion. So at some point, their friendship has to crumble in order for one of them to succeed, and somebody's going to either have to flip, turn, or do something that's uncool to the other in order to make this happen. I'm hoping that it's Tony D, because that's my dog. He's always been my dog, and I hope he's the actual winner of this match. And it would be great to see Ethan Page, who I think deserves to be on the main roster at this point in time. Joe Hendry, Ricky Saints, I think they're all deserving and more than ready to be on the main roster. So now it'll be great to see Tony D kind of carry the NXT brand on his back, to push them forward. And then lastly, my favorite thing, even though this is like 3 weeks in a row that this has happened, because I want to say Vanity Project 2 weeks ago won the tag team titles doing the same thing. Oh yeah. doing the exact same thing, where it was just like just falling over top of the person for the pin. And then last week JC Jane just kind of falls over and lands on old girl on Soul for the 1-2-3 last week. And then this week I just thought it was perfect the way they incorporated everything that we've been seeing with Johnny Gargano, Johnny wrestling for like the last few weeks. What more of a fitting way for him to win than to just plank on top of a person and get the 1-2-3. Now, hopefully this is something that brings his character back. And honestly, I hope he stays in NXT for a little bit and we get Johnny wrestling back, because he has such a phenomenal run in NXT and just put on so many banger matches that I was actually happy to see him come out this week in NXT and actually win this. Although I do still think it's too early for him to actually beat Miles Bourne for the title. I mean, Miles got to have, a successful defense or two in there before he can just, drop the title that he's been chasing for forever. So, but it's still good to see what type of match him and Miles Bourne will get to put on between Gargano and Miles. So I'm looking forward to that too. And as usual, Sean is shaping this whole Vengeance Day to be, a great pay-per-view. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. They've been doing a lot of great work, I think. with the build up for Stand and Deliver. I think that for me, the only thing I'm just
Thank you.
disappointed.
Stand and Deliver. I think I said Vengeance Day. Stand and Deliver. Thank you.
No, you good, you good. I think the only thing for me for Stand and Deliver, I'm kind of a little disappointed. I get it. You know, we give NXT their own thing, but I'm just like, damn, I would have loved to see this happen during WrestleMania weekend. Because I feel like that would have
Yeah.
gave everybody some more time to cook up some more storylines. Not to say that nothing really feels rushed, but you know, I would have liked for that. I would have liked that for them to have that moment in Vegas. Granted, I know they're gonna be in St. Louis. You gotta be over there for Sexy Red. We know how it is
Sexy
with
Red.
sexy, big sexy, you know. Um, but you know, I feel like I would have liked that a little bit more for them.
Yeah.
Especially JC Jane. Like, because when she talked about how she was like last year, I was on the pre-show before I wasn't even on the show. And I was like, damn, I think that would have been more of a moment to feel like, wow, now I'm here at Stand and Deliver during WrestleMania weekend. So I mean, it's just little small moments I thought about that for them. But I think overall it's still gonna be a great show. I sad thing is to say it's probably gonna be better than Mania if Mania don't turn out to be good. I'm gonna tell you right now, if it don't turn out to be good, and for damn sure, you know, we got Dynasty coming up from AEW. So and boy, I'm telling you right now, Dynasty is one of my favorites as well. So they got a lot. They gotta get into gear for that week, for that month. So time's
teachable
ticking.
moment. When is Stand and Deliver?
April 4th.
April 4th, yes.
Oh,
April
so
4th
next
on
weekend.
YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on
Oh.
YouTube. So
Hmm.
yeah, well,
Okay.
and you know we're gonna review that. Hey, I feel it'd be criminal if we didn't review Stand and Deliver.
Okay.
But you know,
Y'all gave
it's
me homework.
Yeah.
you'll be there. You'll be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think, you know, that would have been my main thing for it. But overall, I think Stand and Deliver is gonna be a really good show. It being With it being next week, I think for sure we're definitely going to see that fatal four-way match though. For Tony D, Ricky, Ethan, and Joe Hendry for sure. So we'll see what happens with that, man. I'm excited. I'm a little intrigued. I don't think they're gonna disappoint with it. And I'm gonna say this last thing. If y'all give Jada and Lonnie a match at Stand and Deliver, bro, I'm not even gonna cap. At this point, you gotta give it to Jada. And I love Lonnie, but hey, look, I thought she was gonna win against Blake. Yeah, Blake beat her. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. We love Jada. We love Jada Parker, but I just don't know why. And HP Prince, she said this before. When it comes to those big matches, they never give it to her. She can win
Yeah.
every single match on a weekly basis. When it comes to the big ones,
Yeah.
she don't be getting it
Which is
done, man.
surprising for now because I just know Sean could see like how over Jada is with like the NXT crowd, and you would think that he would give her more, especially get a bit more big moments like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what it is. Something is not clicking there. But for us as fans, we are rocking with Jada, but for whatever reason, you know, it just hasn't been the case with like, you know, the people that, you know, put her in these positions, you know, week after week. So I don't know. I don't know. But I'm hoping she kicks the door down at some point real soon.
Yeah, I agree. But you know, we talked about all the great things that happened on NXT. Now, I would say this, but yeah, boy. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about the best match of the end of the week, Friday Night SmackDown. All right. SmackDown, man. SmackDown. Okay, hey, not Bland. Good to see you on here with us, man. Of course.
What up,
Of
Bland? Good to
course.
see you.
I know this
Thanks
ain't
for
our
joining us.
usual day. We had to move some stuff around, but look, hey, as long as you're here, that's all that matters, man. As long as you're here.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
Okay. All right. Oh man, let's talk about this with SmackDown, man. Because I mean, I ain't gonna lie, SmackDown. Man, I don't know, man. Let me just They're like,
How bad was
on
it?
this
E?
show.
How bad was it?
Man, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. This one low key sucked. It did. Like, there were some things, bro. I was like, no. I sat in the same chair, just like, oh God, y'all just continue to do this to me. All right, let's go ahead and talk about it, man, because they kicked this one off. And I wasn't too mad about this. Randy Orton talking about his attack and why he did what he did to Zack Ryder, aka Matt Cardona. Okay. And it got to the point to where Matt Cardona is walking out. Randy Orton's like, what are you even doing out here? You shouldn't be here. Matt Cardona hitting Randy Orton in the head with the microphone. Honestly, at this point, declaring the challenge that he wants a match with Randy later on that night. And we're going to see what happens with that. I promise y'all. Oh, man, here we go. Then we flash forward. There's BS here. Look, man, I ain't gonna lie. This is what I was talking about when I said they immediately was pissing me off with this, man. Look, you had Nikki and Brie Bella going up against Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. And honestly, look at this. Brie more. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I'm telling y'all.
Just 1 minute. Oh,
You gotta be
I
kidding
never
me.
thought.
Thank you. I can't take this, man. This is ridiculous. Look, Lance, I love you. Why the hell would you even help the Bellas at this point? Well, I mean, I guess I get it. They easy competition. I probably do the same thing. Lash giving that right hand to Alexa Bliss for the Bellas to get the win over Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. It got to the point to where Lash and Nia was getting ready to beat the hell out of Alexa Bliss. And then you had Lyra and Bailey coming out. They running out. They challenging them for the titles on Raw coming up tomorrow. They come running down. They're sitting here cleaning house. And honestly, it's just all four of these women. You see the Bellas back there. Charlotte got to the point where even when Brie and Nikki was there, Charlotte pushed them off. I said, damn right, you better. Because I'm sick of them just like you, Charlotte. Oh, man. It became a little bit more downhill after this. Look, then we flash forward. All right, look, this whole situation. Rhea. All right, Rhea came out here talking about all this stuff with her and Jade and all this. Jade comes out. All right, what I guess you would call it her baddies. I don't know, man. Look, Jade comes out with B-Fab and Meechin. Man, I honestly, man, I felt like, yeah, you right, Bland.
I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
I couldn't take this, man. Them cutting this promo. I ain't gonna lie. I thought this was gonna be so much better in my head. Like I just really thought, and just the more and more as it went on, I felt like my man Snoop, man. I really did.
Police always messing with me and my friends when we go out. Can't never have no fun. What's happening, huh? You want some too? Sick of y'all. Oh, I swear to God.
You heard what he said? I can't have no fun. I couldn't have no damn fun watching this. No fun. I was upset. I got it. I just got it. I really couldn't keep watching this at one point. I just didn't like this, man. I wanted to hear more from Meechin. I wanted to hear more from Jade. I just felt like, come on, man. Like, I just felt like there could have been more of an aura if this was something that started when Jade already had the title. Like, I feel like the magic was lost. I mean, it's like, oh yeah, Meechin was even saying, yeah, we was tired of being, I've been here for decades like you, and we're tired of it. And I was like, yeah, I get it, Meechin. That's a fact. You have been looked over for years. You have. I'm not disagreeing with you. I just oh
I mean,
man.
for me, I was just like, it feels like again, y'all are throwing stuff to the wall and hoping it sticks. You could have executed if that was you're creating a faction for that, then we should have had more thought in it. Y'all just throwing stuff together. Like, and this is just Sean Diva. Y'all need to wrap this up. I'm tired of y'all talking to each other every week. And then y'all beating Rhea up. Wrap it up. Stop. And usually Friday nights are, ooh, yes, I can't wait to. They pissed me off so bad Friday. I was mad.
Just kept getting worse. Like just
Ooh.
oh my God, man. And it's like I just really be sitting here like I'm like, man, come on, man. Just
Just
let's just see
why?
a little bit more. Like and BFAB, with the crowd reaction, I thought she was doing pretty well. I was just like, man, like I don't know, maybe in my head, and I'm like, maybe this is still the delusional hope that I always have, because I just really be like, man, I could see them like just popping off and going, and I'm like, Misha, where the hell is the kendo stick? You supposed to always have that kendo stick with you handy. You the enforcer, you holding it. No kendo stick. Come on, man. Look, yeah, this is little stuff. Little stuff.
Mhm. Throwing stuff to the wall and hoping it stick. Now I'm gonna go back to the Bella twins. Why? And with these tag teams, this tag team title, WrestleMania, just do a ladder match. Just do a ladder match. Put the titles up top and let everybody fight it out. Because at this point, and then once whoever gets those titles, then y'all just stop with each other, please. I'm tired. My soul is weary.
I need prayer. I need prayer.
It's Sunday.
It kills me, man. It kills me.
Jesus.
Harbor Prince, you got anything else before I go back into it?
mean,
Because this is pause. That was crazy.
No, I mean, when it comes to Jade and
I feel you.
Meechin and BFAB, the only thing that was going through my head, so oldie but goodie, Denise Williams and Johnny Mathis, too much, too little, too late. Too much, too little, too late.
Too late.
We knew this had to end. And that's how I feel. Like that's exactly how I feel. Like I'm like, yeah, why are we doing this? I still don't understand why we're doing this now when WrestleMania's around the corner and Jade's probably about to lose this belt. Like more than likely, she's getting ready to lose this belt. So I'm like, why did we just get to this? And then for them to come out in this promo, I'm just like, I'd rather them have just left Jade by herself. Maybe after she lost the belt, maybe they put the baddies back together, and then she tries her come up again, like she tries to get back, go for the title again. But to do it right here, right now, it kind of sucks because I just don't know if the WWE is going to go further with Jade at this point in time carrying the belt. Because at this point, we wanted, we were hoping Bianca would be back and we would have a Jade versus Bianca. But at this point, it's so far past. I don't even know if the people are even wanting that rivalry anymore, wanting that match anymore. I still do. I still would like to see it. But with Naomi gone, it's just like I feel like it's lost some of its draw. And so yeah, I don't know, but that's what I was thinking about when I saw that. Bella Twins, I'm not even gonna. I'm just for those who like the Bella Twins and are just happy to see them in the ring and having their nostalgia pop. Hey, wrestling has something for everybody. So I don't want to to beat them down or anything like that. They're just not my cup of tea at this point in time. I'm definitely Team Lash and Nia. I love the pair of these two ladies, and I hope they can retain their titles even at WrestleMania and let them have a good run with these tag team titles. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they're trying. They're trying to make some interesting matches and rivalries heading into WrestleMania. And so, like you said, they're throwing a lot of stuff at the wall right now, trying to see what sticks. which kind of sucks though for the women's tag teams, because I feel like for the longest time they have been getting that right most of the year. Like the women's tag team division has been pretty good, and now all of a sudden it's tripping over its own feet and it's stumbling and fumbling, and we're trying to figure out where they're going with it. And I don't know, but they trying. So I'm just gonna get 2 weeks to see how this plays out.
Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. That's what you got. You got 2 weeks, man.
Too little, too late.
Let's go ahead and talk about it with this whole thing with Jade and that, man, because it led to a match with B-Fab and Rhea Ripley. Mind you, this match was only 50 seconds long. Okay.
Yikes.
Seeing what was going on. Jade trying to distract Rhea. Rhea comes outside the ring. Literally super kicks Meechin. B-Fab trying to come around. And that did absolutely nothing. Jade literally just took Rhea, started beating the hell out of her. And I ain't gonna lie, the way how she kind of displayed her, picked up for a finisher, did a 360, and then dropped her. I said, I feel that. All right, we'll see. Then we flash forward. Bruh.
Jelly roll.
Cuba.
Just 1 minute. Oh,
You gotta be
I
kidding
never
me.
thought.
We got Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll has a match
Getting a
on
dub.
SmackDown. And this is crazy. Get in the dub, bro. Like, come on. Kid Wilson? For real. Toxic masculinity. Oh my God, man. Yeah, this is where it was really going downhill. Oh my God, man. All right, let's talk about this one. Damn it. Look, Carmelo Hayes. All right, Sami Zayn got a match. Trick is out there again. By the way, even for that tag team match, y'all did it again. You had Nia and Lash at the announcers table, next to the announcers table, but you didn't put them on commentary, and you did the same thing again with Trick. This is ridiculous. All right, Trick is out here, grabs his cup, grabs the title, takes the title, slides it into the ring. Okay? The ref being distracted, trying to don't put the title, take it out. Y'all know how it go. I even hated this. This looks so slow, okay? I don't know whose fault this was when they did this. But
this was real bad, yeah.
like, come on. Trick hitting Melo with the cup. And then you had Sami Zayn beating Carmelo Hayes 3 weeks before Mania. Florida.
Damn.
You know what? This gets a crazy Kyle.
You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. Marcel Martel. You suck. Yeah.
Truly, this sucked. This truly sucked. Now, look, if y'all gonna make this triple threat, whatever. But the fact that y'all did this to my man Melo, nah, man. I ain't feeling this, bro. Y'all did all this involving same with the WWE picture and all this stuff just for him to take the title off of Melo. Melo couldn't walk into WrestleMania as a champion. Let's just flash forward to the next thing, bro. I'm so sick of this. Look, Jacob Drew, great promo. Jacob, I'd say, man, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all picked up a little bit with this. Jacob, hell, y'all know what it was with it, man. Look, talking about how his whole situation with Drew, how Drew tried to take food off his family. You trying to take food from my family. I said, I feel that, Jacob. Drew comes out, tells Jacob, he said, you screwed me. You screwed me out of WrestleMania. You screwed me from the WWE title. He said, screw your kids. Screw your family. But Nick Aldis, I loved about this, man. Nick Aldis made this a match at Mania for night 1. It's going to be an unsanctioned match where Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu. Low key, I just thought about this. Drew McIntyre was in a unsanctioned, no disqualification match last year with Damian Priest. I think that's kind of crazy. That's just what he's. I guess you can't give him a championship, but you give him unsanctioned matches at Mania. I guess. All right, whatever. Then we flash forward. Look, I was okay with this. Julia beating Tiffany Stratton. Cool. I'm with it. I guess. Hey, as long as Tiffany ain't got the title, I'm good with it. Oh, wow. Love that. I actually appreciate that. Heard that Melo is going on his honeymoon. So I can see that. But still, they could have kept this going. I feel you, actually. I feel that. Then we flash forward. What's this ridiculousness? Oh, okay. We had Randy beating Zack Ryder. And this was actually pretty decent here. I thought this was a nice pacing match. Of course, he was about to lay another attack on Zack Ryder. Cody comes out, his return, tries to start to beat the hell out of Randy. Still doing the same, throwing up against the barricade, putting him on the announce table, gouging the eyes, all that good stuff. And it was left with just Randy looking crazy. And this is the finish right here. Yeah, man. Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie, man. SmackDown, y'all piss me off. Y'all piss me off, man. I'll say this. Best parts of the show. I'll say Trick. Because you know how it is with Trick. Trick backstage, him when Nick Aldis talking with Sammy. Loved every minute of it. Jacob and Drew. Love the story for those guys. I think they're doing great work without a title. They should be doing this for the title. They should be in a 4-way with Cody and Randy, but they just took that off. So we're not doing that at all. And I think that's going to be a banger. But again, just like I was saying, this is going to be his second WrestleMania in a row in Vegas where Drew is out of the title picture and you put him in an unsanctioned / hardcore match for Mania in a rivalry that was built up for so long. That had to do with the world title. Because that's the same thing that happened last year with him. And anyway, that was with him and Damian Priest. Randy, hey, you did your thing, bro. I ain't mad at you. You keep doing what you got to do up in there. All right, now I'm ready to talk about the BS because I just feel like there's not a lot of positive views I have for this show, and this kind of sucks, man. I hate to do this on SmackDown because I like, just like you, Sean D, I like watching SmackDown because that's probably the best part of the main roster, but we didn't get nothing. I don't feel like we really got nothing really good out of this one.
Just miss.
Just a mess. I talked about Jay and Rhea and the whole thing with that. I kept getting bad. Jelly Roll. Why is he having a match?
What is the purpose? And I know I haven't been watching wrestling that long, but what is his purpose? Okay, it's been his lifelong dream to be a wrestler. Okay, I thought we handled that last year. What are y'all doing with him? What? I don't want to see him. For what? And I'm telling y'all now, it's going to piss y'all off. He's going to be at WrestleMania. It's going to be a match or something. He's going to be at WrestleMania. So y'all just go ahead and pack your patience because he's going to be there. I just don't understand why.
This is for celebrity reasons. I feel like,
of him being back down to eventually get him to WrestleMania.
Yeah, and I just don't.
But you're taking stuff from good wrestler. You're taking stuff like Melo. Give him his WrestleMania. Give him. You have people backstage that you could utilize. You don't need him, but we inserting him in for what? I don't want to see him. It's entertaining, but why? Stop it.
It's just a bunch of BS. It's just a bunch of BS. You got somebody like Jeff, and then you have him go over on Kit Wilson, which is the hottest damn commodity as a comedy act right now. Toxic. Ridiculous. I said, man, come on, bro. Y'all can't keep doing this BS, man. Look, we give y'all the pass for the WrestleMania celebrity match because that's what y'all do every year. That's been a thing since WrestleMania 1, 2, 3. That's been a thing.
But why? Stop.
But I mean, come on. You gave him one at SummerSlam. That's out of the normal anyway. But then you want to give him one at Mania too? And then you give him a match on SmackDown? What you trying to put him on the main roster?
I feel
This
like
is
that's what's gonna come
ridiculous.
next. He gonna be
Blaine,
one of them
I can tell you're a
part-time
fan of the show.
What is
That comment.
yeah, they don't. We don't know. And just like Michael Jackson, they don't really care about us. I mean, this
All
was
I gotta
crazy,
say
man.
is that
No, really, they want to kick me, shake me. Man, come on. All I want to say is that, man, look, this is ridiculous, man. I hated that, and of course, and I ain't gonna lie, I had about a couple of people call me when it happened. You had Sami freaking Zayn win the title off of Melo. You know how many people call me? My man Polo. Shout out to Polo. Polo called me as soon as it happened. I said, this was BS.
But
Why
I
would you
knew
even do
once.
this?
I knew because I was like, oh, I wonder who he's fighting. Because I was thinking he was gonna fight Tama. Tama was gonna go ahead and do the thing. That's what I was thinking. But when I heard his music, I said they're about to take the title off of him. I said it in my mind, and just like that, I said, but I said that doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense. They need to just go ahead and wrap Sami up to go ahead and say he was the one that beat up Jay backstage. He's been the one, and let him do his whole heel turn and be done with it. I'm tired. That pissed me off. So I'm still mad. I done got mad all
I'm
day.
tired, man. This is just BS, man. I couldn't take this, bro. At this point, I literally left the house and went to the store. I kid you not. I kid you not. I left the house and I said, I'm gonna just watch it tomorrow. I can't keep taking this for my spirit. This was ridiculous. I got Jelly Roll. And then you said, well, you know what? We can give some else that we think is gonna be fire. Let's have Sami win the title. And the crowd of idiots. And I said this, you crowd of idiots. Y'all sat there and you cheered for it. You cheered for Sami winning. Why would you cheer for that? Idiots. Y'all are the problem. You cheered when Cody won the title back. You cheered last week. When I'm trying to think of the stupidity that happened last week. Y'all cheered when the Bellas came in. Then y'all cheering for this. What is wrong with y'all?
They cheer for stupidness.
This is why they call y'all fickle. Y'all are the problem. Boo! 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 You should have been booing. This is ridiculous.
And how does this play out with him having the title before WrestleMania? What are y'all gonna do with it? How's this gonna play out? Now,
we know what
the
they're
only
gonna do
thing
now.
only thing I want to see now, Melo, Trick, and Sami. That would maybe make me angry.
That's probably what they're gonna do, Sean. That's probably what they're gonna do because at this point, but it sucks for Melo because you didn't include him with no story. Now you're just throwing him in because he's just like, well, I need to invoke my rematch clause. Well, I guess so. That's all you can do. Ain't like they had you facing off with Trick a few times. The only time we seen Trick and Melo was when they did the qualifier match for Elimination Chamber. That's the only time. And even then, they wasn't even talking like that. So now y'all about to just throw this. Well, they got history. So what you gonna do? You gonna bring up all the history they had on NXT and try to make it work for this? Like they've been doing stuff? Because they have not. The only story y'all been having is with Trick and Sami. They ain't had nothing to do with Melo at all. Melo been doing this stuff with Dragon off. But y'all want to go ahead. Just dumbasses. Sean Diva, what's your thoughts? What you think? I'm done. I can't. I just
Go ahead. Because I'm mad.
Oh, you Heartbreak Prince, what's your thoughts? What you think? Sean D, I guess I'm gonna let her go last. She needs some time. She needs some time.
I need some
No,
moment.
I get how we feeling. You know, I said a few weeks ago when they had the first match when it was a triple threat with Damian, Trick, and Melo, that they probably should have planted the seeds for a story to come there. Especially if you're going to go this route when it comes to WrestleMania. And the fact that we didn't get any type of build up or any type of feud between them in that match and in that moment really hurts and impacts this, especially if you try to do a if you try to do a triple threat at WrestleMania for the United States Championship and you try to play off the feud with Melo and Trick, because we know that there has not been a feud between them since they've been on the main roster. The feud has been between Sami and Trick Williams. What I did not like about this week, as far as Melo losing the title, I don't necessarily. For me, it was how it was done, because the way they have been feeding us Sami Zayn over the past few weeks, it has been Sami is battling these the decision whether to be bad, to be a heel, to kind of to make or hear the voices that allows him to just kind of go off the deep end and actually do what needs to be done for him to kind of to win. And even with getting the advice from Randy Orton, all of that type of stuff, I thought all of that will come into play this week, especially when Nick was talking with Trick in the back and he said, hey, you've been a excellent member, since joining the main roster on SmackDown. The crowd, the fans, whatever, the viewers, whatever, they really enjoy you. So I'm going to give you a spot at WrestleMania. And he did that in front of Sami. I thought that was a good time for Sami to actually snap, and to actually go ahead and go heel. But when I saw him do that smile, I was like, oh, wait, Nick, you want, something that, I got to earn a spot or still got to earn a spot to WrestleMania. I got just the idea. That right there didn't give me good vibes that we were going to get pause.
Oh man,
he having trouble over here. But that right there, that right there,
I don't know what this whole chapstick just melted.
Yeah, I know. That right there didn't even give me good vibes. But when it ended up being, which I knew Sami Zayn was coming out for the United States Championship, when he came out, I was like, all right, I'm okay if he wins this here, because immediately I was like, okay, Sami's going to win this. But I'm like, I'm okay if he wins this here, if he goes heel, if he does something, that's devilish in this match and makes that switch, and that's what causes him to go over. I'm cool with this. That did not happen. So I feel like it just made it worse, because it's like, all right, well, why are we taking the belt off of Melo? We could have really had maybe a Trick versus Melo. Maybe you had 2 weeks to build something up with that, for the championship. But now we have Sami Zayn, who's still in my mind a face with the title. Had no reason. I mean, you should have just wanted to given Melo that WrestleMania moment. And then the way it was done with Trick hitting Melo, and it was done so slow, it's executed so slow that it was like, Trick, you had time to pull the punch because you saw the Sami Zayn duck. So you should have pulled the punch at that point in time. It just was executed so sloppily. And I don't know. And I don't know if I really care for a triple threat where you're trying to make a heat now, like, oh, you got involved and you cost, Melo the Trick. You cost me my United States Championship. And then you try to build a little bit of a feud between them within the next 2 weeks. Because meanwhile, Sami should have been the one that went heel. Sami should have won it in a heel type of way. And then it would have been great to have Trick versus Sami, because y'all have already been kind of, building with that story
since Trick got to the main roster.
Yeah, and that's the part
talking about.
That's the part that kind of sucks, and I think that's where they missed it there. And then lastly, just to finish it off, I thought the end of SmackDown was just outlandish. All the different people out there trying to separate Cody and Randy, and they just kept breaking through and kept fighting, and then they break them up again, and then they break through and fight again, and then they break them up again, and then they break through and fight again. And I said, all right, this is nonsense. It is too many people for these two wrestlers to be able to just get through all of them and be able to get to each other this many different times. Like, this is end the show. Like, just go ahead and end the show. Let's be done. It was terrible anyway. So just go ahead and hey, just count your losses. Go ahead and end this show. But that was just too much for me. I really was irritated by the end of that, because I just thought that happened way too many times when you got like 40 people out there and holding 2 people back. I'm like, come on now, let's be real here. But yeah, they missed on some things. I I just think that I don't know WWE sometimes and the creative direction they go. Like my thing is, so why did we do all of this with Sami? Like that's still my question. Like why did all this happen? So what are you gonna do at WrestleMania? Is that when he's finally gonna make this heel move and do something to beat Trick and Melo and retain the United States champion? But that's too late for me. Like that should have happened in order to beat a champion like Melo, because that's what you would have had to stoop to in order to probably get there. Because the man has been on a roll for so long and beating people, clean, just week after week after week, dragging all big battles with him. Like, so you would have thought like Sami would have had to stoop to some type of low maneuver in order to win. And for that not to happen, I don't know. It was sickening because I was like, well, they just took this clean off Melo's plate. So,
and they could
sort of like they did with what they did with the Prophets some years back as it was getting close to Mania. Yeah, just and others should just not even have them featured at all.
They could have built it. They could have played on Trick and Melo, and it could have been some. Again, y'all throw stuff to the wall and hope that it sticks, and it just didn't. And you're absolutely right. Again, for me, because I'm new watching, y'all done showed us them crashing out on each other with Randy and Cody. Do something. Can y'all figure out something else to do? I'm tired of y'all seeing that. I don't want to see y'all no more till WrestleMania. Really, I don't need to see nothing else. Just stop.
Yeah,
stop it.
That's all you got, Diva.
Just stop. Just stop it. And I love the build up for Drew, and then also Drew and Jacob. I love the build up for that. But you just brought that back to my memories. Oh, he was in an unsanctioned match last year. So again,
I hate that too.
You're doing the same thing. Why are we do something different?
I did hate that. I hate that when they did that. Well, WWE can't be liable for what happens. So we have to make this an unsanctioned match. I'm like, well, then you should be liable because you set the match. So how you make it unsanctioned if you set the match? Like it, I don't understand. Just say this is a street fight, a no holds barred. I don't know, but just don't say, with the way you two have been going at it, WWE can't be held liable, so we're going to make the match at WrestleMania unsanctioned. Well, you made the match, and it's on your show, so therefore you would be held liable. Because we wouldn't have it if you didn't set it as a match.
Exactly.
And just do a street fight or something. Just say it's a street fight. Falls count anyway. Whatever. But yeah, that was another thing. And then when the people that you probably should have had 40 people out there to separate Drew and Jacob, Nick Aldis came out there and stopped them before especially after the words that was exchanged. I'm like, oh no, once he said, forget your kids, after you say he took food off the table, I'm like, hey, these fighting words, we got to go. We got to go. But Nick Aldis alone was able to stop them, but 40 people couldn't keep Cody and Randy Orton separated like multiple times.
And you know how they gonna spend that? Yeah, the rivalry. These men hate each other so much. 40 people can't stop 2 of them. Yeah, I guess if that's what y'all want to. I don't know, man. This was just a rough.
It was a miss. It was just a miss. It just wasn't. It was just one of those shows that just wasn't good. It happens. I mean, it is what it is. They got 2 weeks, so I'm interested to see what they do now in order to get this right for Trick, Melo, and Sami.
And Julia and Tiffany Stratton, what are y'all doing? Why? What? Why? What are we doing? What's the purpose?
I'm just saying, hey, look, at least they tried to push Julia. I mean,
that's the only good thing with it. And I was like, oh, it's time for a bio break and get me some snacks because I don't really want to see this either.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just crazy, man. I don't know.
So this week,
we got 2 weeks.
Yeah, but this week Raw, but NXT was probably the best out of the 3 of them.
Oh yeah, of course, hands down.
Yes,
hands down, hands down. I think their build up, their storylines, the matches.
Yeah, Oba saves Raw.
He
Yeah.
does.
Oba stays wrong because they give you that hype moment at the very beginning, and then after that they start to slowly bleed out.
Yeah. And that's like with SmackDown, I think Trick's the best part of SmackDown for me.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah, Trick is.
that's your best part of the show. So it's
Yeah.
like, and I say Javon even for on Raw as well. Like that's
Yeah.
just how we feel. But what we said earlier, like it just feels like they don't have anything for him, so they just on him to the New Day, and it's like give him an actual storyline. And I don't know, man. We'll have to see what happens with it, man. We'll have to see because again, my hopes ain't that high for y'all. I'd be honest with you. It's a damn shame. But like I say always, I try to tell you tribalists out there, try to watch more than what WWE is giving right now. This is why we watch other promotions. This is why we watch other things like AEW and CMLL. I know y'all love Triple I, but that's still with WWE. So sometimes it's nice to go on different horizons of different styles of wrestling because you never know what you're gonna find. And this is why, me personally,
And
I've been watching AEW all the time. Well, I've been
I
watching
like-
EJ, what's up?
Yeah, I like Ray. What is it? Ray Del Rey.
Ray
Del
Rey.
Reyes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna watch that after we get off of here. Watch that and give me some type of pick me up because when I tell you, y'all made me my blood pressure. I can feel it rising all back over again.
I'm telling you. I'm not even one that be drinking like that, but I swear, as much as I get pissed off, I'll be a damn alcoholic watching this stuff, man. It's like, God, they're killing me with this, man. R. Kelly, y'all killing me with this. Man. But we'll see. The next 3 weeks better. But yeah, you right, actually.
I agree.
You right.
Mhm.
They better. They better.
They have to at this point. I mean, we getting close to the show.
I'm telling you, look, they don't deliver.
Yeah.
And y'all expecting
Dynasty right around the corner. I don't give a damn.
Right, but you expect people to spend money to go and see this, sit live and watch this stuff. You're not making people excited to be like, oh, I've got to be there. And don't get me started on the price of tickets alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they keep dropping them and they still not selling. It's a lot of, and I've been saying this on some of these TikTok panels, man. It's just been a lot of desperate things I've been seeing WWE doing. And it's kind of sad, man. It's like, y'all took away, like there was a guy that was doing reviews for the PLEs for WWE when WrestlePalooza came around. Well, first, even before that, when they did this whole deal with ESPN, y'all eliminated them to do anything to talk about any other wrestling promotion, including AEW. And that looked bad because AEW was the top #1 promotion last year. So that was the first thing. So then you just made ESPN all about y'all. But then when y'all got the reviews from WrestlePalooza and how bad it was, then y'all got rid of the same guy that was doing the reviews did 2 of them. Then he just somehow disappeared. Then y'all want to get rid of the lettering grading for the reviews. Y'all don't even want to get graded on what y'all are doing from the same people that are streaming your stuff, by the way. Then y'all are sitting here telling people in Las Vegas can't have the watch parties. We want everybody to come to Mania. Bro, y'all have never had to go through these extreme lengths just to get people to watch or just to get people to buy tickets. And I know definitely TKO is probably doing a lot of this stuff. Bro, there's got to be something where y'all got to look at this and like, all right, we're dropping the ball somewhere. And it's not looking good. Then now, apparently, they are paying dedicated WWE watchers to watch AEW, to watch the product. This is crazy. Again, you've never had to go through these lengths. You can't say you're not watching a company, but you paying people to watch them. That's crazy. It's crazy. And if you focus on what you were doing, if you stayed in your own lane and really cooked in your own kitchen, stop trying to look at what everybody else is doing. Focus on yourselves. You could come up with some magic. That's what AEW is doing. Working on themselves. They ain't worried about y'all. Shoot, MJF might drop a name. Y'all might name drop y'all here and there, but that don't mean they just watching y'all all the time. No. They are in their own lane, and y'all got to get back to that. Y'all have lost a lot of that. Road Dogg done left, and I can see why he left. He leaves. The last couple weeks of SmackDown have been ass. Who y'all gonna blame now?
And you have to, and then they are so money hungry till why? Y'all went to ESPN. People have to pay more for that. It was on Peacock. You're just doing too much. Have it in one. For me, Peacock was great. Why didn't you just stay there? Just stay there. But now you always chasing the dollar, and always chasing the dollar is not good.
It's not. It's not. If y'all worried about the magic, if you worried about the craft, the story, the matches, if you did all the stuff that was truly important, the money would just come automatically. That's the problem. Y'all have lost the art of what wrestling is. But again, it's not a pro wrestling show. It's a show about pro wrestling at this point.
It's entertainment.
That's all it is.
Yeah, I just my last little bit on it is just that it's just kind of crazy to me. You know, it's like to kind of look at this and see the links that the WWE is going through to kind of sell for this show in Vegas, especially when you have the names that you have that we know will be involved. You got pretty much all of your major hitters that you can have, and something is still missing, because if you're talking about CM Punk, who's the best in the world, he's on the card. Roman Reigns, your tribal chief, he's on the card. Brock Lesnar on the card. Cody Rhodes on the card. Randy Orton on the card. You know, and you're still telling me there's an issue with being able to, you know, sell tickets for the show. You know, that we're going through all of these extra links like that. I mean, that's a scary situation to be in if these are your main draws. And Seth Rollins as well. I can't forget about him. I'm certain he'll be back in time to be on the show. So if you can't draw a crowd at that point in time, then what's next? Like, what do you do? Like, what happens next? Like, I think it's just finally catching up with them. I think everything that they've been doing over the last few years, I think it's finally starting to catch up with them from them increasing their ticket prices, doing a lot of the overseas shows and things of that nature. Like, I think all of that stuff got to them, especially when, they were getting away with it, with being able to charge $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for a seat or a ticket to WrestleMania, and kind of advertising that as like, this is what WrestleMania is going for. Like, you're talking about seats for a product that we know is scripted and that we know like the winners and losers are picked, and you're charging Super Bowl seat type prices for this type of product. And now your core hardcore wrestling fans have been priced out of it, as I continue to say. And now you're asking these people, these same people that have been carrying you guys for like the last 2-3 years or 4 years, how long y'all been doing these high ticket prices, they're not buying. And so now you're trying to get like, oh, well, let's go back to to our fans, to our hardcore fans, the people that follow us, and try to pull them in. But there's probably that feeling of like, no, you guys left me a long time, like a long while ago, and you didn't care then, so why should I care now?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's a lost art in a lot of this, man. It's just sad, bro. I hate that for them, that this is the route that they're kind of taking, because it's like, bro, like, y'all could be right there. Y'all could be doing a lot of great stuff too. But it's either y'all just want to be stuck in your old ways. You don't want to evolve. You don't want to use the new characters. You don't want to bring any new writers. You don't want to, you don't want to bring
old heads for main titles.
Yeah, you're not bringing no new fresh people in. We've been saying this. Y'all need to have a man and a woman, different ethnicities as writers come through, give fresh ideas. You need an Asian. You need some Asian people. You need the Latino people. You need some Black people up in there. Hell, you can throw in some French. I don't even give a damn. You just need. You just need different. You just need diversity, and you don't have that. And I feel like that is a big thing for them. It's a lot. It's a whole lot.
It is, and it's just crazy because I'm trying to think now. Like, there's nobody else you can really bring back. Like, I mean, John Cena. Stone Cold, The Rock. I mean, like who? I mean, at this point, who can you bring in to help sell tickets? I mean, like you have all of your major names right now, and I just can't believe they're not selling out 2 nights of WrestleMania, and it's the biggest show of the year.
Hey, you know what? Actually, be a writer, please. I will hire. They ought to hire you.
Yeah.
Although the way how you be doing some people, you send everybody to Raw. So, oh man, yeah,
You
you're
said, I
right.
told y'all Sammy should have went to Raw.
And no cap. She wasn't capping my dad.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's true, Bland.
it's definitely true. But as always, please make sure y'all follow all of our social medias. I tell y'all this all the time. You already know what to do. Facebook, we on that. X, we on that. Instagram, we on that. TikTok, we're on that as well. Hey, appreciate the love and support y'all been giving. We're actually at 700 followers on TikTok. And look, we're about 2091 subscribers on YouTube. So look, I need some of y'all people. Look, we got a few people over here watching right now. You see how Ash was up in here? Bland. Okay, BJ. Polo was up in there. Okay, Nicole was up in here. We had a lot of people up in here. So look, tell you all the time, any newcomers, subscribe, like, throw some comments. You know, we're gonna highlight y'all. That's what we do. Look, we respond, we talk to everybody. This is what we do. We talk, okay? We talk great stuff when it comes to wrestling. All right, so make sure y'all keep liking it up, keep subscribing, and we're going to keep giving you that content the exclusive way. Come on, man. You already know what it is.
Let go.
But, you know, we talked about some of the things that happened with Monday Night Raw, you know, with Oba, the ruler, and the ridiculousness that happened with Roman and CM Punk, which was still good. Get him, Joe. Smash them all. And of course, we had to talk about the greatness with NXT. You know it is with Chef Sean, always cooking that up, boy. I loved it all with my girl Lonnie Jada Parker and with Sol Ruka and Zaria. Great stuff. And of course, we know it. We're Pretty Ricky, what they call him, Ethan Page, you know, Joe Hendry, and the former Don himself, Tony D'Angelo. He ain't Italian no more. This man's straight American. That's just. And you know, we told you about the BS album with Smackdown. There ain't much I really got to say about that because that was just a disappointment within itself. But as always, I'm your humble host, your man, your myth, your legend, Eric Knight. We had the lady that can give you the news that you could always use, Sean Diva. And we had the one man
Diva,
and the
go
only
Diva,
man that's going to
go
check you
Diva.
into the Heartbreak Hotel. That's Heartbreak Prince himself. We are the Exclusive Knights, so we always ensure that we are the best there is,
the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
And to ensure that your nights will
They'll
never be the
be the
same.
same.
Y'all be good, and remember, that's straight.
I'm about to put my lemon pepper steppers on the desk.